welcome back to the channel, or the homestead. So it's officially fall here and the weather's been just really nice. Figure I should get out of, we're gonna do a video. So let's see, behind me here is where we got the chickens right now, under the trees. I was hoping they'd eat some of this deadfall fruit, but they're not, so I'm gonna have to get in here and probably pick it up, compost it or something. I don't think I think the fruit under the trees is a way you can end up with like bugs back up in your trees, I think. So they're kind of decimating my rhubarb, but they're cleaned up under the trees quite a bit too, which is pretty cool. And they really love it. They're like down underneath the trees there. I love the shade. We had them along this fence line because I could hook power to this net. And they did okay. They like to dig in the grass and stuff, but there's not as much there for them to dig in. Under these trees, there's a lot of like compost and wood chips that was under here before the grass grew up. So there's a lot of stuff to dig in, a lot of bugs to find. And then we experimented here. I don't have power on it, but they stay in. So that's good. Let's see, what else we got that's new? We have some other stuff. Last video I did, I think we just did a garden tour. You can swing over there if I have time, or I'll try and piece that in another video. But the other big updates are the shed here. So we got this shed because we just wanted a little extra storage space. So here it's a 12 by 20 hemlock shed. Simple, nothing complicated, nothing fancy, but a little grown up. I need to I put this here. This is like our compost pile or our oldest compost manure, and a little bit of dirt from digging out the base for this. And I haven't graded in between real well. Anyway, yeah, just let's see if you can see inside here. Yeah, nothing fancy. Got a bin sitting in the middle because I was pulling stuff out the other day. But wide angle lens gets it pretty well. It's got quite a bit of space. It helps because our house doesn't have a basement. It's on a slab. And the bottom is all like garage and utility, laundry sort of space. Yeah, what else? Oh, we got some more cows. So we'll have 5 now. I'll swing around there as we walk here and show you them. So that'll be after this, if they'll come up to the edge of the fence. Anyway, so I needed a bigger pen in the barn. If you know from before, the other pen was pretty small. For winter time, I like to give them a place to run in. I guess they don't need it necessarily if they have some other shelter, but I don't have any other good windbreak shelter. So at the very least, this is like a windbreak area. And with 5 of them, that little pen in here, I just feel like was too small. If they all try to crowd in there, they'll be kind of on top of each other. So here's what we did. I don't remember if I showed this either. Probably did. I got these big hay bales in the middle. Turn around. Got these big, huge hay bales in the middle because these are quite a bit cheaper than buying little square bales. And I know I could get these for a good price. So we've got 8 of these really big square bales. They're about 1,300 pounds a piece. So yeah, that's quite a lot. Quite a few tons of hay. And then turn here on this end. I'm not sure if this pile is gonna be big enough. This is my bedding material. It's just wood chips. It's pretty dry. It's been here all summer. I thought that the pile I was getting was gonna look bigger when I got it in here, but it did not. So I feel like it looks a little smaller even in the camera, but yeah, it's only like half full, probably. Anyway, so I built this. Some stuff leaning up against it, but it's just 2x6s with a treated, I guess a 2x10, 12, no, 10 at the bottom because that's what I used on this back wall. I put on the back 2 treated 2x10s, and then it's 4 untreated. So that lines the back wall, protects the siding, because that's all you see is the back side of the board and batten siding, and you don't want any manure pushing against that outside, because all that's nailed into these the 6x6s. You don't want to be pushing against the nails, pulling them out. So this just protects the building, protects this post from rot. And if you guys have been around, you remember that basically just between this post and this was the old pen. So this is a bit bigger. I still have to finish this little corner here. I want to move this. See, the cows played with this outlet and broke it. So I'm going to take this outlet off and move it up sort of where they can't get to it. And then I'll fill in the rest of that. So this is going to work the same way that it did before. These gates, back up. Gates meet. They overlapped a little more before because it came off of that out to where that dark spot on the floor is, and then came straight up. But I didn't feel like building that without having the rest of the wall. So this will work fine. I don't see any reason it wouldn't. It overlaps enough. I mean, they could meet at the end, but then it would flex more. Anyway, that's enough space for them to walk in and out. It's not as much space as I guess I'd hoped, but it'll get the job done. 2 of them could pass. It'd be a little squeeze. But got a cat sleeping in there. And some, a bag. I was kneeling on that when I was working on this. Oh, check this out. This is terrible. Always measure twice. I've got another hole from doing this. I was trying to put it closer to the floor, and it ended up sitting on the floor. So you need to be like an inch higher. So measure twice before you drill your holes. It's always good advice. Usually in reference to cutting, because cutting is even more, you can't take it back. But it applies to drilling holes as well. Turn the lights off in there. All right, let's see if we can see the cows. Maybe we can swing through the garden here too at the same time. Just give you like a light overview of what it looks like. So it is end of September. I don't know, very end of September. We've got overgrown basil plants with dying tomatoes in between. Those are aromas. They produced pretty darn good. The basil's enormous. We might need to pick some of this basil. I don't know if it's past its prime because it's flowered. If that changes the flavor of, bug on me, basil. We still haven't torn out this crazy broccoli. Anyway, we put a second planting of beans in here. Oh, look at this. I need to pick them. With these yellow beans, and there's some purple beans right in there. Yeah, I need to pick beans. I just froze some yesterday. We had tried to do a second planting of cucumbers, and they look absolutely terrible. Although we are getting some cucumbers. So there's a few on there. I need to tear out the zucchini. Celery still looks good. Look, I got all these giant zucchinis. I need to chop them up or something and give them the chickens, see if they'll eat them. Surprised our kale did good. We planted that in the spring. It's still alive. We need to eat some more of that. We got a fall planting of some lettuce and some kales. And I don't remember if there's some brassicas in here, if there was any like cabbage or anything. I don't think so. I think it was all greens. It looks mostly like greens. I'm not sure what these things are. Maybe those are like a cabbage or broccoli or something. But a lot of lettuce and kale. That stuff should last pretty far into the fall. We need to pick our onions, but they look pretty darn good. We've been eating out of these. Anytime we need an onion, we just come out here and pull one. They're nice and fresh. Peppers are still producing. They're finally turning color. We had a ton that were just green. And then check it out. They're actually changing to like yellow. look how insane this tomato plant is. This cherry tomato is enormous. That's like as tall as I am. It's huge. Anyway, the bean tunnel did good. We didn't pick enough and it got kind of overgrown, and then it didn't want to produce as many more. All right, so check out the monstrosity that is this Tromboncino zucchini. Can you see how many are in there? Let me get closer. This wide angle lens makes it weird. Look at this. This is nuts. We can't eat all these. We can barely eat any of them. Like this one right here. It's like still green. The skins aren't crazy thick. You could still slice this up and eat this like zucchini. I've got some on table under the tree that are these yellower ones, kind of like these. They get even more yellow. Start to look like a butternut in color. And supposedly you can store them and eat them like a butternut. They apparently don't store quite as long. Well, maybe half as long. I heard one person say that their Walthams butternut would last like all winter, and these would last like halfway through the winter. But you know what? For like a combination crop and for how monstrous, they're enormous. They're huge. Look at that. That's crazy. So they're pretty cool. And well, they got a little bit of like, I don't know if this is powdery mildew. Take a look. Or bug. This might be bug damage a bit. There's definitely some bugs. Can you see the, right there. There's eggs. So we've got some squash bugs on these, but they have not been decimated by squash bugs. They haven't been killed at all, really, which is really cool considering regular zucchini, just like after a bit, you get a lot of squash bugs here, they're just done. They can't handle it. So, very cool. And I'm not sure. Cows are way out in that corner because currently they have too much space. They have like from here all the way out to there because I had a fence line here and they got out late at night the other night, and I still haven't pulled them back in to a more like regimented moving situation. Anyway, I think that's everything going on right now in here. You can see our couple blank beds that we meant to plant something in and we didn't get around to, which is what happens. That happens a lot. Oh, here, we got some later herbs we planted. Check out this dill. This is obnoxious. This is like 5 foot tall dill. We just wanted some more dill for making like dilly beans. And there you go, humongous dill. I feel like we should probably trim off the flowers. That's usually a thing. And then we got some sage. I don't know, remember what we tried to plant here, but it didn't grow. And then, what is it, parsley? I think it's parsley, sage, and dill. And we tried to plant something else here. Of course, enormous quantities of basil. I guess we just need to cut some of this and hang it up, let it dry, have our own spices. So, nothing crazy. But it's been a busy summer, getting the shed in, building a new pen for the cows, along with, doing it with the kids around, getting a couple more cows. We didn't mean to get 5, we meant to get 2. Well, we had 2, we got 3. We meant to get 2 more, we ended up with 3 more because somebody was trying to get rid of one and she was cute, so Tanya was like, yeah, let's get her. So, I think we can make it work. We've got 5 acres of pasture. You know what? I'll talk about this in another video when I can get out and show you the cows. We'll talk about it then. So until next time, we'll see you guys later.